It's almost 11 o'clock. Guess what? We are on the tandem. This is Julian. He's the captain of the ship, and we are on a tandem. And here we came for some burritos or tacos. Yeah. This is the tandem we just used, and look at the shape of it. It's like a diamond shape or something. So yeah, it was a smooth ride.
Very nice.
Although
ride.
it's kind of dark in here. Let's see. This is Julianne right here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, yes. And this is you joined the Red Army, right?
Yeah.
The Red Army in Moscow.
The Red Army of Quebec.
The Red Army of Quebec. But to make the long story short, this is basically proving the fact that there is life on Mars. This is the red planet.
Actually, it's Venus.
Oh
no, you're right. You're right. Mars is the red planet.
You got it.
Exactly.
And it's so cold. It's insanely cold in August. It's like middle of August or maybe a little bit, and it's freezing. It's like 50 degrees, man.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys remember Ray, the guy who got mugged in Portland and got on my trip for like a week, you know, to another 2 states? I was couch surfing with Davidas yesterday evening, and he says, I'm gonna go pick up another couch surfer who's stranded, and there is a situation. This is Ray. Hi, Ray.
Hello.
He's a filmmaker. He does edits. He does like really like, you know, Hollywood production and everything. So, and he was stranded. Someone mugged him. Can you just like briefly tell like what happened?
Briefly, a rather short man came up to me, and he had a rather large.
He was here in Portland.
He had a rather large gun. Yeah.
A gun.
A gun.
Are
yeah.
you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I want to tell you what this guy really is. It's just incredible. It's like I can't fathom like what was going on for like 1 week. I was with this guy, you know what I mean, in the car. I would give him the keys. He would drive the car. You know, when we first arrived to Boise, Idaho, and you know, I would give the keys to him, and then he and, you know, the couch surfing host of ours, they would go and like, you know, do shopping and then come back because I was tired driving for like, I don't know, God knows how long. But this is what I want to show you, what this guy is. Essentially, this is the truth about this guy.
He's young, good-looking, and searching for more than just love. Police in Oregon are on the hunt for a con artist, a man who meets women online, tricks them into falling in love with them, and then makes off with their money and much more. And women all across the country are stepping forward to share their stories. He's being called the Internet Casanova, an amorous con artist who stole not only their hearts, but their money as well.
I think he relies on girls that he meets on the internet to provide him with what he needs to get through life.
Police in Oregon are searching for this man, 29-year-old Ray Holycross, who they say also goes by the names Ray Cross and Ray Thompson. Police reports have also been filed about him from Florida to Texas. Jennifer Clark says she met Holycross on the internet dating site Plenty of Fish. She was so smitten the two quickly moved in together.
We lived together in my house. I decided that I wanted to help him.
Clark says Holycross convinced her to sell her home and her car, promising to move to Chicago with her. Instead, she says, he took her laptop and iPhone and withdrew nearly $1,000 from her bank account. Then she says he vanished.
He made me feel like he was going to make it all better and take care of me. And instead, I was left with absolutely nothing.
Earlier this month, Clark filed a domestic abuse report against Holycross, telling police he got physical when she confronted him about what she calls his lies.
He got very violent with me. I would be concerned for others because of his tendency to get violent when he is confronted.
Many of the women who met Holycross online tell a similar story, saying Holycross is an online charmer. But they say once they let him into their lives and their homes, he took off with their cash. Tasha Hollister says she also met Holycross on Plenty of Fish, and that he made up stories to manipulate her too.
The minute that he told me that he needed a place to stay, I just had this instinct like he was looking for me to say to him, oh, well, you can stay with me.
ABC News has also learned of allegations against Holy Cross from male victims, accusations he swindled them out of money and other possessions. This morning, as police continue searching for Holy Cross, his family is even refusing to defend him.
He digs holes, gets into lies, and it's just a non-stop thing. My heart goes out to all the victims, and if anyone has an opportunity to avoid my brother after seeing this, to do so.
He was extremely charming and convincing, and looking back at myself, I feel foolish.
His victims all say he had stories for why he needed money or a place to stay, and his trail of tears leads entirely throughout the country. Women from Texas, Florida, Illinois, Michigan, and Oregon have all filed complaints.
Even his own brother condemning him.
Yeah.
So how did I find out that Ray is a con man, internet con man? Jennifer, his ex-girlfriend, contacted me like when I was in San Francisco. Like one day passed after I arrived to San Francisco, and one morning I wake up and I received this email from her saying, you know, all these things about, you know, so I called up all my couchsurfing hosts with whom for this week, you know, Ray and I were driving to, you know, like kind of visiting these states, you know, and so, and then I told her to call me, this Jennifer, his ex-girlfriend, so I want to talk to her. And here is what, you know, the recording is. Like, I recorded the conversation, and here's what she has to say.
Hello.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I am okay. It's been a pretty exhausting couple of weeks for me.
Yeah, this is like, I got your message. Thank you for the heads up. This is complete insanity. You know, I basically trusted this man up until this morning that you sent the, you know, the message, and I truly appreciate your, you know, looking out.
I mean, like I said, I just want to protect people because he's going after both women and men alike, and he seems innocent. He's extremely charismatic and friendly and intelligent. I mean, I was fooled for a very long time, and I'm devastated myself. He took everything I had. And
how did he manage to take everything? I mean, like, this is just...
Well, he convinced me that we were moving. He told me that he had gotten a job at WGN, and I just wasn't suspicious at all. He told me that we were waiting on some moving expenses, and so he had me sell my vehicle, told me it would be too expensive to park it in Chicago, and all of that made sense to me, and I was trusting him. And I went to sleep on the night of August 5th, and I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and noticed that he was gone. And I started looking around the house, and my laptop was gone, and my iPhone was gone, and then I noticed my debit card was gone. And he had withdrawn money and was on a bus up to Portland within 2 hours. And I filed a police report instantly, tried to contact him. He told me that he was going to kill himself, and that was that.
You called him? You called him after this happened?
Yeah, I was able to get a hold of him by calling my own phone. He finally got back. He didn't actually call me. He texted me and told me that he took my money because he wanted to kill himself. And, you know, I obviously was worried at the time, and I filed a missing persons and tried to get a wellness check done on him, but then I never heard back from him again. And come to find out, when he went up to Portland, he stole from 2 girls that he met on Plenty of Fish. In the 2 weeks that he was in Portland, he stole debit cards from 2 other women.
That's just insane. How did you guys meet? How did you, like, in the first place?
He found me on Plenty of Fish last summer. We were together, like I said, for a year.
Is that a dating site?
It is. Plenty of Fish is a dating site.
Yeah. Because according to the story that I heard from him, can I tell you this? I don't know if you know about this, but I mean...
It's a lie. I mean, I know the mugging story is what...
How do you know about that? How do you know about the mugging story?
Because he's been telling all of the girls he met him. That I had been contacted by many girls from Plenty of Fish because I put his website out all over my Facebook, and mutual friends of mine through Portland contacted me and said, oh, well, he told me that he was mugged. He told me that a girl took his key card to his room and stole everything from him, and that he was homeless and didn't have any money, and he says, I mean, he's really good at telling his stories. He says that he's that he does film, and that he's never worked. He doesn't have any credits in any movies, or the only movie he ever actually did any work on was one that was called Versus that was never produced.
Okay. Well, what's the movie called?
It's Versus, like VS. If you look at Ray Holycross is his actual name.
Yeah. So who created this website, by the way?
That was another ex-girlfriend that he stole from.
So she essentially like just cared enough for people to know about this, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then Ray recently started going by an alias of Ray Cross. And the reason he did that is because obviously if you look up Ray Holycross, that website is the first thing that comes up.
Okay, I see. So yeah, his story to me, like when we first, let me tell you like everything from the beginning as far as, you know, how, because I got on the road, like he basically kind of like, you know, smoothed his way into my road trip. And I'm on this 34 state road trip filming my project called The Truth Is. And so I am in Portland, Oregon, and I was couch surfing. I arrived at my host, you know, the couch surfing host, and that evening my host tells me, oh, someone is stranded on the street, and he, you know, I will go pick him up because he got mugged. So he brings this guy, and immediately he starts like telling this story about the fact that he got mugged and everything, that he was engaged, and he walked in on his, you know, wife to be soon with his best friend. You know, they were both in bed, you know, having it and stuff. And then he says, I lost other friends who knew about it and, you know, didn't tell me anything. So I lost a lot of people. He says, my mother died out of cancer. His dad died when he was 14.
His mother did die from cancer, but that's the only part of that story that's true.
So he says his father is also dead when he was 14.
I never cheated on him. In fact, I took care of him for a year. He never had any income, and I let him move in with me. I was a struggling single mother. I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Okay.
I was living off of unemployment and child support, and I paid for everything for us for a whole year, and then he stole everything from me in the end. And he's extremely convincing. I mean, you want to believe him. He seems like a very genuine and very educated, and you know, he's very charming.
He's well read too. He reads a lot of books and, you know, pretty much, you know, on top of things, and
Yeah, and you would think that with this guy is so talented, how could he possibly throw his life away by being a con artist? It's incredibly sad.
Exactly.
I haven't really been struggling with it. I mean, I wanted to help him, and to be honest, I stayed with him the first 6 months. He lied to me. The first 6 months of our relationship, he lied. He told me that his grandmother had passed away and that he was getting an inheritance, and he went back to visit and go to his grandmother's funeral, and it turns out his grandmother did not pass away. He lied about that, and he actually just went out there to find girls to hook up with. And then he came back to me, and I confronted him about his grandmother, and he admitted to me that he was sick and told me he wanted help. And so
he was sick in what way? What do you mean?
As 6 months into our relationship, I confronted him about lying to me about a lot of things in his life, and he admitted to me that he was sick mentally. He said, I have a problem with lying, and I want to get help, and I want to live an honest life. And so I stayed with him, and I we moved in with my mom because we couldn't afford to live on our own anymore.
Yeah.
And my mom knew about his sickness, and we tried to help him. I took him to church, and I couldn't afford to get a psychiatrist or get him on, any kind of serious help.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just assumed that he was being a good, honest person at that point. And it had been another 6 months, and that's when he left. And so it was really very unexpected. And when I woke up that morning, it was the most devastating thing that's ever happened to me, because this is somebody I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I thought we were going to get married. He never proposed to me. He couldn't have, because he doesn't have any money.
Right.
But he told me that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. And he's so, I fell in love with him. It's easy to fall in love with him because he's you would think he's a great person.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. I honestly want him to go to jail, because I want him to stop doing this to other people, because it's hurtful, and it ruined my trust for humans and mankind. I obviously I'm talking to you, but you reached out to me, and I'm glad you did, because I was worried that you were not believing what I was telling you.
No, I was just curious about, you kept the profile picture with him, you next to him.
I just created that profile today, actually. I only put that picture up because I was trying to contact people that he had been in touch with.
Oh, the fact that you knew him. Right, okay.
Right. I just wanted to show everybody that it was me with him, and that was why I have his picture with me,
Yeah. It's just insanity. I did have suspicions, because I usually, when I meet someone who talks quick, very fast, it's like a salesperson kind of thing, they want to sell you in on something. And
right. Exactly.
At first I had this kind of suspicion, but then I have my laptop with my footage of my road trip and everything. And he says, "Oh, I'm into video editing." So we kind of started becoming friends, because he says, "Oh, I'll show you some tricks and stuff."
Did he steal anything from you?
No, he didn't. That's the thing. I mean, I was.
He was trying not to, I think, because he was trying to keep up a good profile rating so that he could continue using that website.
Yeah, and I did leave a reference for him right away. I mean, he kind of "Oh, you should leave a reference, because otherwise I have no one to trust me on couch surfing." So I left a reference, but I didn't leave a vouching. So yeah.
Is he still in contact with you?
No, the last time I talked to him, actually yesterday morning around 11 o'clock or so, and he was supposed to. According to his story, his sister, I don't know if you know, does he have a sister, or
He does have a sister, right? His sister does not talk to him.
Yeah, he says she's in Paris, and now all the money that I gave her to go to Paris, she's giving me $1,000 back, and for this situation, and I'm gonna wire you $200. He says, for all the food that you bought for me, for this.
He won't. He doesn't have any money coming to him.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of I've given up on this, idea that money will ever come.
At this point, the police are looking for him, and I have there's a couple of pending warrants out for his arrest right now.
Yeah, to me, it's completely surreal, because we're going together for 2 states, and I'm filming this project. It's a spontaneous project that I film on the streets of the world for the past 8 years. It's called The Truth. Right. The Truth Is. And here is this man who is lying through his teeth for over a week to me, and he's standing right next to me, and I'm filming, asking people, what is truth for you? What does it mean to you personally?
Oh my goodness.
And you know what I mean? And it's completely surreal. This couldn't be better. It is almost 9 o'clock, 3 minutes shy of 9 o'clock on a Saturday, August 25th. I'm heading out to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is in the house. Who am I going to? I'm going to Michelle. You know that song? Michelle, my belle, la 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 la. So anyway, she's from Beatles apparently, and they dedicated the song for her. And it's about 570 miles or 9 hours and 44 minutes to go according to the GPS. And I'm leaving Julianne's house. I stayed here since the 21st. You know, I arrived on the evening of 21st, and today is the 25th. So like 4 days or so, I, you know, edited quite some footage and everything. This morning, I got an SMS from the ex-girlfriend of Ray. And she said that today is the time that ABC is going to be airing nationwide about Ray, you know, Ray Holycross, you know, the con man that was on my trip apparently, you know, without me knowing about all this, you know. And like I said, you know, nothing got stolen from me, only, you know, the money, like about $150 or so for food that I was providing, you know, all these 2 states of driving and everything. So, you know, I really hope that they catch this guy, because he's, you know, it's a nationwide search. And what's funny is that according to ABC, I just saw the segment, you know, the one that's aired in nationwide. He left his backpack at the last couch surfer. He was still using couch surfing to find his prey, you know, the victims. And he must have sent a request to a girl by the name Stephanie. And then I reported to Couchsurfing that, you know, there's a criminal activity going on. So, and then they deleted his profile on Couchsurfing. So apparently this Stephanie girl, she was smart enough to kind of like not trust him when, you know, he started giving her all this, you know, nonsense about his mugging and everything. So she looked it up, like Ray Cross, and RayHolycross.com came up, this website about this guy. And she kicked him out of his house without giving his backpack. So in the backpack, she found a receipt from a pawn shop that he sold the laptop of the girl Jennifer Clark, his ex-girlfriend, for, you know, 1 year. He pawned her laptop, and he still kept the receipt and everything. And there were like 2 cell phones, prepaid cell phones and everything. So these are the cell phones he was using and everything. So basically that's the situation. It's really sad. You know, I'm really saddened by the fact that, you know, like, he was here, like, you know, and and it's like 180 degrees, complete, like, black and white of what I thought about this person. And you know, will I trust people from now on or anything? Of course I will, you know. But you know, the gut feeling was telling me, like, if it's too good to be true, it's probably, you know, is too good to be true, in the sense that, you know, he was really a fast talker, and, like, you know, anytime I would ask him, like, oh, that doesn't match up or something like that, and then, you know, he would quickly come up with a way out of the situation. So I mean, in a way, I kind of like, I take my hat off to be able to lie, standing right next to me. You know, I'm filming the Truth Is project. He's standing right next to me, listening to all the people saying what they think the truth is. And he's a con man doing all these, you know, atrocities and stuff. So go figure, you know. Anyway, so I'm heading out to Michelle. She seems like a great person, and she just contacted me via the groups. You know, she saw my message saying, oh, I'm an artist, you know, arriving to Las Vegas, and she said, are you still needing a couch and everything? And I'm her first couch surfer. So she's very excited. I am so as well. And I've never been to Las Vegas. I'm not a gambler. I'm not going to gamble or anything. I'm going to just shoot the film. The Truth Is. But yeah, so, you know, I'll see you guys when I'm in Las Vegas.